just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys for a minute. So the last video that you guys seen was where I was finding out that I was pregnant, and I debated on whether or not I wanted to post that video for almost 3 weeks now, but I decided that I wanted to post it just because it is a part of my life, and I want to be transparent with you guys and honest and open and let you know that it's okay that life happens, and we don't always know why things happen, but just know that everything that does happen is God's plan for your life. So with that being said, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about our miscarriage story. So we're just gonna dive right in. Sorry, I'm looking at the road. But so we found out last month, I can't remember exactly the day, but it was on a Wednesday, and it was like almost 4 weeks ago on a Wednesday. So I was feeling very weird. I was just having some symptoms, and so I decided to go by the store and get a test, and I was pretty positive that it was going to be negative. Mind you, we weren't really trying at all. We had actually stopped trying a few months ago, but lo and behold, it was positive, and it was a very strong positive. So that was on a Wednesday, and then the next day, which was a Thursday, I had to leave work early because I was having some cramping and spotting, and I needed to go get my Rogaine shot because I'm Rh negative, and I have to get those every pregnancy that I have, 2 shots every pregnancy. So I did that, and they tested they did blood test, and my HCG level came back 80, and that kind of concerned them. They said that it was very low. They did ultrasound, they couldn't see the baby or anything like that, so they gave me my option. Either I was really early, or I had already went through a miscarriage and my levels were just dropping at this point, or that I was going to miscarry. So those were my 3 options, and I was very upset and panicky. So I went to the store and I got so many tests. Like, one person should not be able to buy that many tests, but I did, and I started testing every morning, first thing in the morning, and then after I got home in the evening. And as the days went by, my tests were taking longer and longer to develop, whereas the first one popped up like immediately. I didn't even have to let it wait the full 5 minutes, but the other ones were taking like 5 to 10 minutes to develop darker. Like, they were coming out really light. So like, I knew something was wrong. Like, I knew something was not right, because your HCG levels should be doubling every day, or every 48 hours, I think. So that means like at least every day or every 2 days your test should be getting darker, not lighter. Well, mine were getting lighter, so deep down I knew something was wrong, but I just wanted to try to stay positive. And my husband kept telling me everything's gonna be okay, everything's fine, like, they're still positive. So everything must be fine. Well, that Monday I was off work, because I'm off work every Monday. So I woke up very early, and I just wasn't feeling right. Like, I felt like something just was not right. So I went to the bathroom to potty, and I was bleeding heavily. So my heart just sank, and of course I was going through all the emotions. I was crying, I was hysterical. I was like, why is this happening? And so I called my mom to let her know what was going on, and I actually drove to her house, and she took me to my doctor. I was supposed to have an appointment later that day at like 1 o'clock, but I called them and told them that I was bleeding and I need to be seen earlier. So I went in thinking that they were gonna check why I was bleeding, and to my surprise, all they did was take my blood work and told me that I could come back on Thursday to have the bleeding, told me that I could come back on Thursday to have the bleeding checked. So that was not the answer that I wanted. So they went ahead and drew my blood work to test it to see if my levels were doubling or if they were decreasing. So I left from there and I went to the hospital because I'm crazy. But I just wanted answers right then. Like, I didn't want to wait until Thursday. I wanted to know what my body was doing right then. So I went to the hospital. They hooked me up to an IV, or they put an IV in. They drew more blood. They tested my levels, and my levels had dropped from 80 on Thursday to 24 by Monday. So clearly I was having a miscarriage, and it was very emotional. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, I ended up taking the rest of the week off just to let my body recover, and because I really wasn't like emotionally ready to be around people. I really just wanted to be to myself and whatnot. But like I said, we don't always know why things happen, but you know, God has a bigger plan for us, and everything that happens is a part of His plan for our life. So it just wasn't the timing. It just wasn't the time. But I am feeling much better now. I feel a lot better about the whole situation. And I just kind of accepted that it just wasn't meant to be, and it just wasn't God's plan. So I'm at peace with it. I'm good with it. Of course, like, my heart hurts still, like, you know, it's a baby. So of course, like, anytime you lose a child, whether it's through early miscarriage, late miscarriage, a stillbirth, or whatever the case may be, no matter how old the child is, like, losing a child in every aspect is definitely difficult, and it's heartbreaking. So yeah, I just knew that I didn't want to sit around and go into any kind of depression over it. So I cried for a little while, but I went back to work that following week, and it really helped me out. Got my mind off everything, and yeah, so that is our miscarriage story. I don't know why we miscarried. Once again, I'm not even sure how far along I was. I'm thinking I was like 3 to 4 weeks, because my HCG levels were so low. So that is super early. But they were never able to tell me how far along it was, which is fine. But no, we're not trying at all. I don't want to try. I have a lot of things on my plate right now as is that I want to get accomplished, so it's just not the right time right now. So maybe one day, but maybe not, because I don't know, miscarriages are hard, and you always run that possibility when you get pregnant. That's why they tell you not to really tell anyone until you've went through the first trimester, because at that point you're considered it's considered safe zone to tell people. And yeah, so I just don't know if I want to chance going through it again, because it does take a toll on your body and your emotions and everything else. So, but I did want to share the pregnancy announcement video with you guys, because like I said, it is a part of my life and it did happen, and I just want to share that with you guys, because this is me saying to you, not everything works out the way you want it or the way you plan it. So real life happens, and we just have to trust God in knowing that His ways are higher than our ways, and that His plan is perfect, and that's just all there is to it. So now I have another baby in heaven, and can't wait to get there and meet them. So anyways, if you are, you know, going through a miscarriage, or you've been through a miscarriage, you're definitely not alone, and miscarriages really aren't talked about. I think a lot of people just look at a miscarriage as not a big deal, but it really is, because especially for a mom, because the moment you find out that you are pregnant, like, you get an attachment to that baby. So it's not a little thing. It shouldn't be considered a small thing. Like, women go through all the emotions, and it still takes a toll on your body when you have to pass everything, or if you have to have a DNC. But yeah, just know that you're not alone, and miscarriages are more common than people actually want to believe, and they're hard. It's an emotional time in a woman's life. So just be aware and be sensitive. You know, there's really no right thing to say, but just show compassion and sympathy, and just let that person know you're there if they need or want to talk. But that is the end of today's video, and I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. And this kind of sums up where I've been the past month or so. I've just been dealing with a lot, and I have a lot on my plate. So in the next video, I will sit down and kind of run through what exactly is going on and where I'm at and what's been keeping me so busy, because I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So be sure to like, share, comment, and please subscribe. I really love every single one of my subscribers, and I thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys show me. So I will see you in the next one.